1,000 meters steeplechase team. Ezekiel Kemboi is one of the people who will be highlighting that menu, together with the likes of Conseslus Kipruto, who they've said they want to star and bring that medal home.
And Wahisi, do not forget that the Kenyan team, of course, is going to the World Athletics Championships at a time when the country is really focusing on the general elections. But that notwithstanding, hopes are high. The team is, of course, upbeat. But of importance to note is that most of the defending champions will actually not be heading to London for the World Athletics Championships. That could be seen by many as something that could probably dent Kenya's hopes to medal, but also something that gives an opportunity for new athletes to make it on the global level. And probably just to, let's listen in to the head coach, Kira.
Best time in London. The athlete that we are going is 28. And they are ready to represent the country.
Yes, they're saying that the athletes are ready to represent the country, and when we talk about them being ready to represent the country, optimism is very, very high. But we're talking about the world champions who are going to be representing the country once again. We have two who will be missing in action. Talk about matters to do with the 400 hurdles. At the same time, King David Rudisha himself is the last world champion. People were saying he ought to have defended that title, but that is something that is not happening.
He would have been going back to the same stadium where he broke a world record during the London 2012 Olympic Games. But Mo says David Rudisha, Nicholas Bett, two world champions will be missing out, but Vivian Cheruiyot also will be missing out the World Championships after stepping up the distance from the 5,000 meters race, the 10,000 meters race to the marathon. But first things first, let's have a look at an interview that KTN had with David Rudisha prior to his withdrawal due to an injury.
Nothing to prove with times. I've got nothing to prove in any other things. I've done those. But I want to win more championships and to run well and bring medals in major competitions. Over the years, after my great year 2012, I haven't been at that level, or sort of that level. But I've been managing very well my championships competition, because that is where I put all my focus. If you see even my races, even this year, I think my weakest part is just that finishing. And I can take like a month to just make sure that everything is okay. I feel like I'm also almost at the age of my career. And I need this title. So as I'm thinking to run for a few years before I retire, what I'll also be telling as a story. And it will be a special thing and a special story to have win 3 titles in World Championships. I can't forget 5 years ago what I did there. Winning and breaking that world record. And, the field, the 800 meters field running fantastically. Posing one of the historical races in 800. There is nothing that will make me happy to see that I am also winning again in that same field, because this will be an added, bonus to me. Like, he won the Olympic here, and again he won the world title. Having that injury and the key surgery, it was not easy. Coming back, I learned a lot of things. I felt like maybe my career is over, because I could do just 5 minutes jogging and I could feel a lot of pain. And then at some point I started, my mind, because they start inner thought that, you go around and you think what you used to be doing before and now what you are doing, it makes no sense. It's like you're just wasting your time. But I got and I drew a lot of encouragement from my coach, and of course I also look back. So many people in sports have such injuries. It's not easy coming back, because you lose that confidence and you start getting beaten with some of the guys you used to beat before. They start gaining a lot of confidence over you. But this is something I never put it in my mind. I never wanted to believe like, okay, even if you beat me here, I know I'm injured. I know I've not trained to my best. Before I got injured and after, is as if I've achieved almost the same. Because before then I had one Olympic and one championship title. And after, now I have another world title and Olympic title. Every year poses its challenges, newcomers, and I can say I've stood there to see also some generation coming and passing. Championships is different. It can take any angle, and there is a lot of surprises. Of course, as an experienced championship runner, I can tell you that. Usain Bolt has achieved a lot. In fact, he's one of the celebrated athletes in the world. And we are privileged and honored even to be competing with Usain at the same time. And he's such a magnificent athlete. He's such an admirable athlete. And what he has done for the sport, of course, it's not something that can be forgotten. We love him, and the fans love him as well. And of course, sports is gonna miss him.
Quite sad, of course, for the track and field world to be missing David Rudisha at the forthcoming World Athletics Championships in London. But do remember that in the Kenyan team now, 3 athletes will be flying the flag high. We do have Emmanuel Koril, the winner at the national trials. Kipyegon Bet was second at the national trials. And Ferguson Rotich, who is going to the World Championships via a Diamond League wildcard.
And a lot is expected from that team. But when you talk about that team, I know when we go to next year, a lot will be expected from the Kenyan stars in matters to do with the Commonwealth Games that are going to be highlighting the menu in Australia. Talk about Australia. One man, Admiral Kipropo, said that he is going to up the status and try if he's also going to be a star in matters to do with the 5,000 meters.